We are not late. We're never late. Well, we're always sort of late, but not really late. We're not late. We're not late. Hi, everybody. Welcome to what is today? Tuesday, March 26th. It is now 8:16. Okay, so we're a minute late. Welcome. And Dennis is running a little bit late. He had a birthday party to go to. He's currently in the middle of having cake. So we'll see him a little bit later, I'm guessing. All right, today's show. That's it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Yeah. Don't forget to
with
all right. Today's show was a lot of pontificating, a lot of like hubris about who he is and what he deserves, and how many roles he's been offered. Again, we're going through that again. I do want to talk a little bit about the definitely confirmed planned trip to Italy. I cannot wait for that to occur. Honestly, I cannot wait. And like everybody says all the time, today was the worst show ever and also the best show ever because there's still tomorrow, which will definitely be the worst show ever. So it's just kind of like a weird conundrum we're in. I feel like we're in this cycle of horrific shows where he thinks that he's so scary good at this point that, relying on the 70 people that he has behind him to do everything is where he's at now. And it's kind of weird. So let's start the show and let you know. Hold on, my earphones are a little popping out of my head. Sorry. Let's hear what's going. Oh, we lost. Okay, guys, it's just me all by myself. Oh, there you are. Hi. I already planned a whole new show without you. Hello, are you there? Okay, maybe he's not. I don't know, but let's go.
Hey-o. That's right. Shot out of a cannon. Boom. Hey-o.
Yeah. Boom. Boom. Xavier, are you there? I'm not even really sure. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to plan a show without anyone but me here today, dressed in a stupid fancy top with my bra showing a little bit. Not gonna lie. I don't hear Xavier. I'm hoping you're there. Maybe you should log out and log back in. He's been having some issues with his interwebs. So there you go. That's the beginning. Yeah, shot out of a cannon. Boom. Boom. And you would think with an introduction like that something amazing or spectacular was going to happen. But no. Au contraire, my friends. Nothing happened. Nothing of any interest happened. I know we talk about this all the time, but is there really a purpose for us to do this show 3 times a week? I mean, is it really kind of one of those things where you want to hear what's going on the show, even if it is just the most horrible, horrific minutia ever known to mankind? I feel that that's what we're doing at this point. But I mean, I feel like we need to do it, but it's just one of those things where we're the only ones basically listening to this shit show, and it feels kind of weird. Oh, there you are. Hi. I was planning a whole show around you.
You're just being mean today, man. What the hell?
What are you talking about?
Well, for me, it's acting like garbage, man.
Oh, the internet?
No, the StreamYard, everything else is working just fine.
Don't be blaming StreamYard for your internet.
Okay, here we go again. Here we go. Yes, I can watch an 8K video on YouTube, but this is this is not
Hey, they're not filming in 1080p.
Yeah.
The pleasure of YouTube to
see
every pore on my stupid nose and
there you go.
How white my teeth are.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Anyway, if I start talking, it means that my neighbors changed their password.
Anywho, started the show, shot out of a cannon, blah, 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 blah. This top is really big on me and it's falling off me.
Howard, you know what? Howard, for someone of his stature, for his longevity, his long career, he sure brags about the most stupidest things.
Oh, I can't wait for you to hear the things that he bragged about today. A lot about Ford Fairlane, about how he shouldn't have to audition because it's beneath him and he's the best thing on the set. So why should he? I
And,
mean,
and this movie came out in 1990.
we're going to hear about that
What is that?
momentarily.
How many years ago was 1990? That was more than one, right?
I don't know how many years ago that was. So let's see, 2000. Let's see, 23, 33 years ago.
This is
33
like
years ago.
during the peak of all the, like Cinderella, Enough's Enough. All the that's what was going on, pop culture. Like
33
Poison was a thing.
years ago. It's shocking. Look, you're right, Mr. Judy Tenuta. I'd rather watch Ford Fairlane than Private Parts. This is true. This is true. Monique, get Katie Holmes' cashmere bra. It would match perfectly. I don't know Katie Holmes' cashmere bra. What are you talking about, cashmere bra? I don't know from that. Hold on, I'll make a note. Cashmere bra. I am going to look into that, my friend. All right, let's move on. So he makes this comment, and again, everything I have for tonight, nothing is more than like a minute or a minute and a half long. Most of them are like 20 seconds because it's really just kind of cuts of stupidity that he said today. So I'll just go to clip number 2. Here we go.
There it is. Penguin. I don't know what made me think of that.
Okay. Yeah. So he started off the show immediately talking about how he wants to, he can't wait to see the movie Penguin. I'm not necessarily sure that it's a movie. It might be a series, but apparently there's something called The Penguin that's going to be on HBO Max. Let me look it up. I have Ford Fairlane up on my IMDb. So let's do Penguin and see what this is. Okay, Penguin is a miniseries starring Colin Farrell and premiering on Max at some point. So the first thing he started with was the introduction of this and how sad he is that he's not in any movies currently. Continues with this. Here we go.
But I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Quack, 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 quack. I would like to be in one of those movies. Maybe I would come out of my acting shell. Oh, we have to wait till the fall. The Penguin premieres this fall.
Yeah, whatever. So is it that you actually think that somebody wants to hire you for a movie, even though you have claimed that you shouldn't have to do any auditions because you are the best thing that's going to be on the screen? So therefore, there's no need for you to audition. And some part of you really believes that you're the best thing that's going to be in a movie. I mean, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. There was no Doctor Doom role. That was all bullshit. And everybody yelled at me that I thought that it was true. And it wound up being like a bullshit thing he said. Or was it? Or was it something that he said before he was supposed to? And then ultimately he didn't wind up getting the role. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he deserved to have a role in Doctor Doom. And whatever happened with Doctor Doom? Was that even a thing? I know the boys would know this if they were here, but I'm going to look it up right now. Doctor Doom. There is no Doctor Doom. Did it ever actually wind up being a something? That's my question. No, guess not. Guess not. I don't know. So there's 8 episodes of The Penguin coming out on Max. Whatever. We'll see how that is. All right. So we're going to move on. By the way, I did watch, after I blew out of here yesterday, I did watch the season finale of The Bachelor. And it was really a good one. I must confess, I don't watch it all the time, but it was a good season this year. And I'm happy for that crazy couple. Okay, let's move on. So here goes his Rennie Harlan story. So he wants to tell us about how Dice wanted him for a role that ultimately went to Gilbert Gottfried, which it was apparently 5 or 6 minutes in the entire movie. And then he went to audition for Rennie Harlan, even though he's going to claim to you that he didn't have to audition and the role should have been his, et cetera, et cetera. So, hi, are you back?
I rebooted everything. Hopefully that did it, man. freaking
Okay,
annoying.
well, what I'm talking about right now is that I'm going to play the clip with his Rennie Harlan story about how he basically deserved the role and it should have been his role, and then Rennie Harlan didn't like him, and he always wanted Gilbert Gottfried for the role, so that's who wound up getting it. I'm wondering if I have a clip of Gilbert Gottfried in Ford Fairlane. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my YouTube and see if I can find that really, really quickly. Gilbert Gottfried Ford Fairlane. Okay, let's see. Let us see. Ford Fairlane flops. Okay, no. Gilbert Gottfried, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. Here's to you. He was maybe in 11, 12 seconds of it. Let's go to it and let's see. Hang on a second. I'm going to add it to stage right now.
You're okay, Johnny. It's to you. Sucking my dick.
Okay, there you go. That's the role that Howard apparently did not get. But nonetheless, let's hear the story about it and we'll come back to it on the other side.
Remy Harlan or something was his name.
Rennie.
I thought it was Rennie.
Remy. I don't know. He was the director of Ford Fairlane. And remember me, like I walk into the apartment, I believe. My memory is so shaky, but I remember I didn't like this guy because he didn't make me feel comfortable at all. He had a real attitude. He didn't want me in the movie. And he was from another country like Sweden or Denmark or something. And I'm like, this guy's directing the Ford Fairlane. I mean, a Dice Clay vehicle. I don't even know if he understands humor.
He doesn't understand
I don't even
humor.
know if he gets the joke.
He did Die Hard 2. He doesn't understand humor. He wasn't one of the biggest directors during the 90s, but sure, go on.
I mean, I don't know who this guy is, but he walked in with attitude. He comes in with an assistant. It's
Walked in
all
with
intimidating.
attitude.
Like, let me see. You know, he didn't even want to see me do that. And I sit there with the sheets of paper, the sides, they call them sides. So pretentious. It's a fucking script. I go, can I see the script? You mean the sides? You know, and I'm like, yeah, the sides, asshole. And so.
Listen how hateful and angry he is.
Over something that happened in 1990.
Over something that happened in
1989, I guess.
A very successful director, mind the way. Thank you so much, Josh Foster. You have to do this. You're real-time documenting literally the biggest fall of the history of social media. We studied and showed you're part of higher education media studies. You know what? You could be. It is a recording of the show and its failings. I agree with you on that. All right, let's move on.
Rennie wanted Gilbert Gottfried to be the disc jockey, which was fine by me, but I was like, well, do I really have to audition to be a disc jockey? I kind of know how to be a disc jockey. I mean, I've been doing it my whole life. You know, it was very nice of Dice to say, hey, I want you in the movie, but my agent was ultimately right. He was like, you don't audition. You don't have to audition. They'd be lucky to get you. You might be bigger than Dice Clay, which I wasn't, but.
Right. Okay. So that was like his whole take
didn't,
on it.
Didn't they ghost Dice to begin with? I mean, like, wasn't he like they stopped answering his phone calls?
Dice, yeah, every comedian, of course.
You know,
but that was after the fact.
It's weird that he's talking about he was spurred on a Dice movie when the Dice himself was like completely ghosted by the Stern Show.
But 90s was peak Dice Clay. 1990 specifically.
Oh, yeah. That's when he was on top of the world, and then his movie completely bombed.
And is that his only movie? Was that like the only thing that he had been in?
As far as I remember.
Yeah, let me report back to.
I mean, literally, Gilbert's line was like, "Hey, Chevy Nova," you know, like that's like literally that was it.
Shockingly, Ford Fairlane gets a 6.4 on IMDb. Did it wind up?
Yeah, but it made 20 million total worldwide.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The box office from the first weekend was like 6 million or something like that.
And it just fell apart.
It was what it was. I mean, I don't think anybody was expecting it to be the next E.T. or something, you know?
Look at all the people that were in it, though. Lauren Holly, Wayne Newton.
Yeah, but I mean, how many times have you seen a comedy where it's got all these like names on it? Wasn't there just one this year with everybody that was in it and it just completely bombed?
I don't know. That's kind of like the love mode of movies. I'm not really into these mega casts that have
I
everybody.
like how they have Wayne Newton when he's 15.
No, that's Wayne Newton's IMDb photo, which is hysterical
It's
to
just
me.
funny. It's just funny that this guy's like when he was like 10.
Oh, I love it. I love that. I love that that's what he chose as his IMDb picture.
But I mean,
This
what
one-
spurred this on? Why is he talking about a movie that was like a zillion years ago?
Because he was talking, it's interesting that Robert Englund was in it too, and they were talking about Robert Englund yesterday. I wonder if there's a correlation between why he was talking about Ford Fairlane and the fact that Robert Englund was in that movie. Because the fact that they did this whole Wendy Robert Englund thing, and then all of a sudden they come up with the Ford Fairlane thing, and he was in that as well. It's kind of curious.
Put it in perspective. This is the year that had one of the Back to the Future movies come out. That's how long ago that was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody in here was just saying he was 52. He just graduated from high school in
Yeah.
1990. Yeah. But that was when oh my God, I remember Dice Clay being like the most amazing thing. He was just so rude and crude, and everybody knew every word to everything that he said.
But can we be honest? He was more of a flash in the pan than anything else.
Sort of,
He
but
had
he
his,
had his time. I mean,
he had his comedy bit that he had built up for several years, and that was kind of like a thing. But then, like, they try to push him into the next genre, which is movies, and it was just a flash in the pan, man.
yeah, it didn't work for him. And then
I mean, literally had the same success as Yahoo Serious, for fuck's sake.
he was a one-trick pony. Let's be honest.
How many times did they try to push a comedian? And I mean, come on, even like back then, Bill Cosby was gigantic.
No, but you know what's weird?
He did that Leonard Six or whatever. That was a complete disaster.
But then you think of somebody like Eddie Murphy, right?
But what else is
Huge.
Eddie Murphy has been hit and miss, more miss than anything else.
Nah, I don't know about that. Mama's House, Big Mama's House, and Dr. Dolittle.
He's been hit and miss. Look at his IMDb. He's got what, like Pluto Nash and stuff like that. Stuff that he clearly best defense, best movie that he just did for the money.
But gun to head, Eddie Murphy.
Dude, the Beverly Hills 1, Beverly Hills 2, a genius. A Bowfinger's genius.
A Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor's.
Oh, it's silly. 5.7. Dreamgirls, Beverly Hills Cop. Come on. Harlem Nights.
Dude, I just said Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 are great.
No, I'm just reading.
Part 3 was garbage, though.
Donkey.
What? Shrek. He was Donkey and Shrek. That was like the problem. Honestly, that's probably why he made all his money. Is those Shrek movies. Those Shrek movies made $1 zillion.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever. Okay, that's Eddie.
Dude, we all love Eddie Murphy. Listen, who doesn't love Eddie Murphy? He's a genius, but he's had more misses than hits. Bowfinger. Thank you, Mike. That's a fantastic movie.
Coming to America, amazing movie.
Yeah. Okay, it wasn't amazing. It was funny.
Oh, at the time, it was hysterical. I loved
it, but it wasn't like I don't think it was an earth shattering.
I'm just gonna throw out there. I'm not
look at all the Bowfinger fans in the audience.
Not a very big movie fan, and I would say 97% of all movies I've only seen once. So I couldn't even tell you what the plot was for like Bowfinger or any of those movies. None of them. But I love them.
Yeah, I mean, how many people saw the Haunted Mansion with him in it? Come on.
Nobody saw that.
Nobody, exactly.
And yeah, of course he's doing it for the money. What does he have? 17 kids or some shit like this?
At least 17 kids.
He's gotta do something. He's gotta do something. All right. Let's see. Pluto Nash, one of the biggest bombs in history, but had a lot of great early movies. Yes.
No, yeah. It was hit and miss.
We get it. Okay, so his theory on Rennie Harlan is that he always wanted Gilbert, and even though don't do the interview kind of thing, don't do that, it's not worth it. You're so much better than all these people. No, Dennis had a birthday party to go to. He'll be here in a few minutes. So here's what he's
Pluto Nash right now.
Wait, here's what he said about it.
I just walked out of there thinking, well, he's a fool because
he's a fool.
Getting me in that movie would deliver a lot of fans, but that was my ego.
But it was true.
I think so.
Yeah. So his thought is that Shame on Rennie Harlan for not picking him and picking Gottfried instead of him, because had they picked him for that 5 minutes of show of movie, he would have brought in all the fans, because nobody was a fan of Andrew Dice Clay at the time. It's all Howard's fans, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
he would have brought that. Oh my God, you're right. Model 3 do Golden Child. That was a horrible movie. That actually was horrible. Yeah, Golden Child. Do you remember that? I think I might
I
have even
remember.
seen that in the
Wasn't
movie.
that Christian Bale was a kid? Wasn't he a kid in one of those movies? I forgot which one.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Golden Child.
Charlie Murphy was awesome. Absolutely.
The Golden Child starred Eddie Murphy. Somebody named J.L. Reed was the Golden Child. Don't even know who that
I
is.
think about a different movie then.
So yeah, nobody we know, and there's not even a picture.
Empire of the Sun. Thank you. Autobot knows everything, man.
Autobot is always on.
Yeah, he's like always on point. You could throw any like random reference and he'll like dunk.
He's
2
a
seconds
good.
later you see the answer.
Yeah, good Meister. Empire of the Sun.
Thank you, Mr. Judy.
Is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. That's the one where Christian Bale was a child. I love that movie. I think it's really one of Steven Spielberg's finest movies. I think it's absolutely amazing. I can watch it every single time it's on, and I will cry every single time at the end of the movie.
But Spielberg's the same way. He's got like a trillion classics, and then he's got 2 trillion just complete duds.
But still, you know his name, you know who he is, you know what he's known for. That's
Dude,
what
I
matters,
mean, come on. He directed Saving Private Ryan. That's good enough for me.
You're so right, David. The Stern Show, as it was in its prime, is still a fluke. Yes, it only works on radio. The idea that Howard could bring fans to a different medium like film is misguided. Not only that, but like he did happen to mention today, every role that he was ever offered was the role of the DJ. Everything he ever did other than his radio show was his radio show, except done in a different format. So what he does is all he is. This is him. You know, he is.
Keep in mind, he got canceled on FX for Son of the Beach, and they literally had they had nothing to replace it, and they said, "Yeah, no, go to hell."
We'd rather not show anything.
We'd rather just do a test pattern.
Yeah, we just exactly.
FX was like channel 352 or something like that.
Did you ever watch that show?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
It was okay. You know what? If you liked the Stern Show back then, it gave you a couple of chuckles. I mean, the mayor was Maxine Gale or something like that, and you had B.J. Cummings, and then you had the black chick that was hot. The Howard was banging.
The one that he banged. Yes.
Yeah.
Whose name I can't remember right now. If Dennis was here, he'd remember it.
He would.
So then he goes right from that into his Ant-Man story. And do we all know the Ant-Man story?
Vaguely, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to tell it to you. So he basically approached Marvel to get Ant-Man because
of course he did.
Of course he did. Hold on. I need to look this
sure
up.
It wasn't Praying Mantis Man?
No, it was definitely Ant-Man, because he thought that he could get the rights to it and that it would be worth it for him to do, because could you imagine, 6'7" Howard Stern becoming Ant-Man? So Ant-Man, just so you know, his first appearance was in a comic book in 1962. I guess Howard was like 10 years old or 9 years old or something like that. But he'll tell you that he read everything with Ant-Man when he was a kid.
Sure he did.
Everything that had anything to do with Ant-Man. Oh, let me see. Hold on.
It's really funny that his thinking is so convoluted. He's like, because I'm tall, I should be Ant-Man. It's like, exactly. Does he know that green screen is a thing? Does he know that, like in the Bane, the Dark Knight movie, that Bane was like a foot shorter than Batman, but you couldn't tell because the way they shoot shit? I mean, he's such a dumbass.
It's like that classic picture of Robert De Niro and Al Pacino lift shoes. This makes me chuckle. Look.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they did. That's what Hollywood does.
What they do.
I mean, Tom Cruise, arguably the biggest actor ever.
Look at that.
He's a midget. He's a midget. You know?
That's so funny. That is just so funny to me because they want him to be like a more imposing character, you know. And
They used to use Apple boxes for stuff like that.
yeah. So he's supposed to be playing a 6'4" Frank Sheeran, who's a hitman, and that's what he had to wear. He's like Benji shoes. They're like stupid Benji shoes. All right, so let's hear about Ant-Man.
Oh, the Rock's a pretty tall dude.
Hang on.
Yeah, okay, I get your point. Sorry, Mike.
What?
No, Mike White was comparing Vin Diesel, who's probably a midget, and The Rock, which is a pretty tall dude.
Let me tell you my Ant-Man story. Here we go.
And so I remember as a kid reading the Ant-Man comic series from Marvel. And Ant-Man was one of those people.
Sorry, I put down my water and it hit the mouse.
Nobody. I bought Ant-Man. Nobody bought it. Like I go around. You read Ant-Man? They go, no, he's a fucking idiot. He's the size of an ant.
He had to be an.
So I did contact Marvel. I said, hey, I'm sure none of you have thought of putting out a movie called Ant-Man. I would like to. I'd like to be Ant-Man. And they were like, haven't thought about it. We're making a movie with Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I go, oh, okay.
Yeah, and actually wound up being a pretty decent movie, if I recall correctly. Yes.
Oh, it made a ton of money.
It made
first Ant-Man. Yeah.
I'm just reading in the comments somebody talking about how they had Andre the Giant stand on a milk crate so that he looked even taller when standing next to Dean. Andre the Giant was tremendous. I met somebody once who met him who said that his hand was like triple the size of any human being.
There's pictures of him with like holding beer and stuff. And it just looks like he's wearing he's got a little prop in his hand. The man was massive, but no, like those guys like Hulk Hogan and him, they always shot him at low angles and stuff to make him look bigger.
Yes, of course. Yeah, David, absolutely. Howard was a phenomenon. I would give him even earlier in the 90s, 91, 92, because he was really, really popular in New York, and then they got him out in LA, and he was coastal. So, that was just an amazing boon for him in like 90, 91, 92. But yeah, I think throughout the 90s, Howard was absolutely. I mean, for me, I don't even think I listened in the 80s, to be honest with you. I really don't recall listening at all until he got to K-Rock in New York City. And yeah, it was like a phenomenon because
but like DJs back then were like kind of like Art Bell and Wolfman Jack and stuff like that. I mean, they were famous, but they weren't like okay, you didn't think of them as being like, oh my God, I can't wait to see him in a movie.
Agreed, but they also weren't crazy. Howard was crazy.
Art Bell wasn't crazy? Are you kidding?
I don't know from Art Bell. I don't know.
The alien conspiracy.
I know, but that's different. Howard prostitutes and lesbians and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's why he was a guy's DJ. Howard was a guy's DJ. That's what he was. And girls who listened to him, I mean, I would get scoffed at by my girlfriend. Ooh, I can't believe you listen.
What's wrong with you? Oh my God, Monique.
He's so gross. He's just such a gross man.
That's Mr. Dangles. Rest in peace.
What? Rest in peace.
Now people are commenting on Art Bell. Art Bell is great, man.
So then a caller calls in to talk about Diddy. And I'm not sure if any of you recall, about 2 weeks ago, I told you about one of our friends who got a call from the Stern Show to be a regular caller and to call in with topics of conversation. This sounds to me exactly like this, because this woman calls in. You almost feel like she has a script, the way she comes out with the story about Diddy.
No way.
Which he clearly wanted to talk about, but he, I guess, needed the prompt from a caller so that he could talk about it. So here's this. You tell me if you think she sounds like she's reading something.
Love side. Hey, what about that shocker with Diddy? He had Homeland Security busted into his place, and I guess now he's out of the country. Did you hear about that one, Howard?
Well, I saw on the news a video of cops raiding Diddy's house, and they were dragging someone out of there. I thought it was Diddy they were dragging out, but it was not, I guess. You say he's in another country?
That's what they say. I don't know for sure.
Yacht in the Bahamas or something.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently what he did is he flew out to like Antibes or Antigua or something that doesn't have a reciprocal extradition program there. And I guess that's where he's laying low. I can't believe that he would run like that, you fucking pussy.
Oh well.
Seriously, I think that is absolutely insane. I saw this great clip on Twitter today, and it was pretty classic. So there was this dude coming out of the house, I guess, next door to Diddy's house. Now, again, details are so hazy on who these people are, why they are in such a psychotically expensive car. But this is Sean Combs' neighbor. And, all the news and the press is hanging out by like Sean's house, waiting for him to come out or something. And this dude comes out from the house next door and says this. And if you can't hear it, I'll translate for you momentarily. So hang on.
Yeah, tell them stop bringing all the miners over here late at night. I live right next to him.
I live right next to him.
Too much.
Still too much.
It's like buses, like big ass buses.
Big ass
You
buses.
see all type of shit hop out. Especially at nighttime, like around 3 o'clock in the
3 in the
morning.
morning, buses would come.
It's wild.
Shit gets
I'm
wild.
his neighbor. When my basketball go over there, I just let it be. I don't want to knock on the door.
If my basketball ever goes over there, I just let it be because I don't want to go knock on the door. Basically, we're saying that like busloads of like girls would come at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Who even knows where they came
Really?
from? But that like busloads of yeah, and like wild shit always going on in that house. Yeah, and from what I hear, that is 1000% true. And he is an absolute allegedly a sexual deviant.
Allegedly.
Yes, and somebody that everybody knew was that guy. Everybody in his circle. Of course, Howard didn't know because Howard's a moron, just like he didn't know about Weinstein.
Of course. Hey, just out of curiosity, do you ever cross pollinate with any of his clothing line?
Oh, puffies? Well, when
Yeah.
he was puffy, yes. So this is shockingly that you would say that, but that's of course how I know.
That's what I do.
What I speak of is just back in the day when he was in
Word.
Garment Center and he was like a very big player in that urban streetwear and shit like that. Lots of stories about the parties he used to have and the shit that used to go on.
Oh,
and
really?
he used to do, and yes. Lots of that.
Wow.
So
Did Big
to it.
Daddy Kane ever approach you guys for like shoes or something?
No. It wasn't me. I can't
I'm
speak
just
to
kidding. I'm just kidding.
the veracity
Did
of
Chuck D ever like
but
make
it
it to your
it was well known that he was that guy. Just everybody knew that, always coming on to girls and guys. Always. Like he was just a little bit of a deviant. I loved your story from yesterday about how he just didn't want any fucking clowns.
clown? Honestly, I think the story was clowns or balloons. I'm not joking. I'll text my friend and ask if he remembers.
I do love that. Okay. So, yes. Well, no, the some of the Howard TV worked for that TV channel. Was that Diddy's as well? I can't remember. Do you know what I'm talking about, Xavier? The TV channel that a lot of the guys, like, I don't even know if Richie Wilson was one of them, but they went to go work for that channel that was sort of like an MTV, but not really.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like, there's a couple.
Yeah.
Much
Mr.
TV.
Jake,
There's a few.
No, don't you remember there was also a lawsuit? Fuse. Thank you, David. Fuse. Now, was Fuse owned by Diddy? Was Fuse his Fuse network?
I don't know.
We're going to look it up right this moment. Fuse TV channel. Let's see. History. Much Music, AMC, Chum Limited, Prime Star, Radio City Music, as Fuse. I don't have it. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But I think it was African American owned, and then they sued because of discrimination, right, or something like this. Are you sure it was Fuse? No, Fuse is more Spanish. A lot of what I'm seeing here is
Someone's
like
saying Doug Goodstein worked for P. Diddy.
he did, but was it Fuse? Didn't he sue?
I honestly don't know. I don't know.
Okay, Revolt? I don't know. You guys, you're gonna have to tell me. I can't keep looking it up. Yes, Scott DePace and Doug Z definitely went to Mark Levin. I think that
Are you
Doug.
talking about after Howard TV got fired, right?
Yeah, I will do some
Yeah,
research.
yeah. They went to they went to some.
Yeah, I'll
sounds
do
vaguely
research next
familiar.
time because I don't go all over the place, and this is one of those things that really wasn't in my my bailiwick for today. So sorry. Just gonna move on. So here's Howard's story about the white party. And as we're talking about this, let's review some fond and beautiful pictures from that fateful night.
He used to
Day.
have a thing called the White Party. And I thought, I'm white. I should be invited to this.
Oh, that's fine.
I think it's fascinating. A black man having a white party. I love it. It's like, hey, all my white friends, come on over. But it turned out you had to just wear white. And I'm like, I don't have anything white. I had to go out and buy like a white pair of pants and a white shirt.
Wow, he had nothing.
And I
to
don't
wear.
even remember why I went to this thing, but I thought, well, it might.
Well, it was an every year happening, and it always sounded like such a big to do. Yeah, I guess you had to go see what the to do was.
Yeah, and I don't even know like what my thought process was in going, but I'm sure it was like, hey, it might be kind of fun to talk about on the air. And
he's been using that excuse lately for the things that he's done in his past. And, he doesn't want us to think that he's like this elitist snob asshole piece of shit billionaire, but he would definitely go to these things just so that, he'd have some kind of fodder for the show. So of course that's why he was there.
And I don't know if at that point he was with J-Lo or some other
he doesn't know.
famous
He doesn't
person.
know.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm sure there'll be a lot of famous people there, and I'll hop.
By the way, that Kelly Osbourne was such a freak.
Knob, and it'll be cool, and there'll be a lot of food, and
she's tiny.
It'll be fun, and
sure.
And I just remember it was kind of a disaster, and I don't know how many years ago it was, but I was kind of just seeing Beth, and maybe I wanted to impress her that I knew Diddy, and we were invited to a party, but it ended up being very unimpressive for me because I was treated like an asshole. I got in there. I was in the backyard of some house he was renting.
No, you own the house, by the way.
And there were a bunch of dudes, very muscular, big black dudes.
Yeah. So it goes on to say that, he was hanging out with basically the riffraff. And meanwhile, the real party was going on inside. So I just thought we'd review the Patrick McMullen photos from that night, which was exactly 20 years ago. There's that douchebag Jonathan Shaban, who I cannot stand, who's part of like the Kardashian world. This is P. Diddy's mom with a lovely wig. Yeah, so this is just a kind of, I don't know why there's so many
Kelly Osbourne pictures.
Oh, look, there they are. So there they are hanging out with Lorraine Bracco. And the funniest thing is that apparently part of the invitation to the party, he owned the label Sean John, which was very big in the day. So he gave everybody like these Sean John tank tops. He actually wore his. It was a freebie. It was a giveaway that he sent as part of the invitations, and he wore his to the party like a jadrul that he is. Hello there, sir.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the party. We're talking about P. Diddy's white party, and Howard had to go buy something in white because he owned nothing. But he does want to tell you about the wife beater T-shirt that he has on, which was the next clip I was getting to. So let's just listen to that real quick.
You never saw Diddy?
I think, well, what happened was I said, I got to get out of here. There's too many, people bugging me. I'm like, well, why come Diddy's not at the party? And I do remember I even got a Sean John undershirt in the mail from Diddy. So I wore that because it was white. I wore that to the white party. And at the time I was sort of ripped. For me, I was ripped. I could wear like one of those cut off T-shirts.
Yeah, it's called a wife beater. He didn't understand what he was trying to. He's like, Yeah, I guess it's, one of those shirts that people.
What's so funny in this group of pictures is him with P. Diddy. And it's just hilarious that I immediately found it this morning. I'm like, there he is. There he is. Yeah, didn't meet him at all. Didn't meet him at all. Nope, not at all.
No. Kim Porter was his girlfriend, then I guess wife for a hot minute, and they had children together. And there's little fidget fatso Kelly Osbourne.
Yep, there it is.
Brr. So
maybe his head.
I know, it's just bizarre, right?
Weird shit going on in that head.
There's a lot going on there.
That is weirdly, literally all the pictures from the white party. So Denise Rich, Russell Simmons, Jay-Z, Donna Karen was there. And that would be pre-nose job. So yes.
Whoops.
So you know what? This party was kind of a little bit like more of a clothing connection than it was his music connections.
Yes.
There's Mary J. Blige. I don't know who Rich Thomas and Randy Scott are, but they just look fabulous together.
Super.
They're just fabulous together, whoever they are. The picture you missed of him was this one, which is with Lorraine Bracco and Beth.
They look so uncomfortable there. They look so absolutely uncomfortable.
Yeah, so he basically said there were no bathrooms there, and he had
What a liar.
I know. I was trying to look through them, trying to see if any of it. So you're going to tell me all these people that were there, all the people that were hanging out there, there were no bathrooms for any of these people to go to. No. He said there was 400 people there, but there was nowhere to go to the bathroom. And he tried to go inside, but they wouldn't let him in because apparently the bigger party was going on in there. Look who it is. It's Kelly Klein.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Kelly Klein.
Who?
I don't know what happened to her. Kelly Klein was married to Calvin Klein, who is notoriously a homosexual. And they had a really weird marriage of convenience of sorts.
No kidding, really?
And
yeah.
But even
exactly
once before, though, weirdly enough, and he had a child with his other wife, and she's the one, as you all know, who still, I think, to this day works for SNL. She's like the head director, producer, or some shit. Live. Okay, so he's continuing with the story that nobody cares about, nobody wants to hear, but let's just keep going with it.
Howard, was this the party? Was this the party where you weren't allowed in the bathroom?
That's what I'm getting to, Gary.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for the help.
Right, okay, thank you. Let's move on now.
Die, Fred, die.
Story, so I'll just stop there.
Both.
Excuse me. Can I give away the end of the story?
That's the end of the story.
By the way, that woman who called in with the bullshit story still on the phone.
Oh, absolutely. That's how I knew she was completely fake.
Yeah,
112% fake.
Crystal clear connection.
It stays on the phone for a half hour.
Stays on the phone for a half hour. Exactly. That's how you always know it's a fake call. Anybody who gets to stay on the phone is definitely there for a reason.
2 of those today, though. I mean, today was floor melon non-tent.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible non-tent.
Scraping that bottom of the barrel.
Really one of the worst shows ever, but the best show. So there you go.
Yes, until tomorrow.
Right. Let's continue with the P story because it's so fascinating.
Guys, we got to fix my computer.
Oh, yeah.
I am struggling with a mouse. I don't know what to do. I have a.
So as Dennis pointed out today, or was it you or somebody else who said he puts absolutely zero into what's going on at his desk when he's off air because he was having the same problem yesterday.
Yeah, he had a problem yesterday and just literally walked away and doesn't do any work for 20 hours.
None.
Nothing.
Thank you, Quasarmass. Thank you so much.
Quasarmass, yes, with his Mercedes.
Thank you.
Wire that is so faulty.
Faulty wire.
I was going to play with the
Faulty Towers.
Papa Booey song, but
gotta agree. The song was stupid and funny.
Howard's pissed off and it's all because.
Now, do you think they set up that song specifically for the fact that Gary just fucked up by saying the end of the story? Like, how would they have that song ready to go?
Oh, absolutely. It's all scripted.
Like a second of.
And the other thing is, like, really, that's like the punchline of the story that there's no bathroom. I don't know how's that a punchline? Where's the joke?
Babu, he fucks up like nobody does.
I feel like I'm at the white party.
Giant teeth. Horse tooth jackass. His mouth is whack and it's filled with black.
All right.
How's that
Anyway,
even
so I couldn't get in. And make long story short, I think Diddy
No.
did make like a.
No, you actually made a short story really, really long. That's what you did today, sir. So you said you had to pee. You ultimately wound up going to pee somewhere else, which I don't believe
appearance
either,
at his
to
own
be honest
party
with
for
you.
like 5 minutes. Like he walked out and like I was like I didn't even get to say hello to him, and I just felt like a douche for going. And
Oh, you're a douche.
I had to pee so bad. I'm in the car and I said to the guy driving, I said I got to pee so fucking bad. And my wife or girlfriend at the time says, "Oh God, I do too." So we, there was
the
no.
two of you are in a bind.
Yeah, we were both like, I'm telling you, we had to go to the bathroom so bad that we pulled over. And I hate to say this, but I saw a house. I went to somebody's house and I just peed on their lawn.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
I said it in
didn't
thread. I
happen.
don't believe this.
And she had to pee too. Did she actually pee too?
She squat down and pee, or
Well, that
actually
I
stand
believe.
up and pee.
She's kind of.
He's never seen her pee. He has admitted this many times. He has
Wait,
never.
didn't it pee on a walk in Palm Beach?
I don't know.
Swear
He's never
yes,
watched
last year it peed on a walk in Palm Beach.
Oh, it had to pee.
It had to pee. It marked its territory.
Feral beast that she is.
Well, you know, when some of her former friends paid extra for that. I'm sure
Yes,
it's
extra
nice to
dinar.
feed in front of
Extra
people.
dinar. Yeah, none of you're right, Gozer. None of the story makes sense. Here he is at a huge party with hundreds of people. He's saying that there's no outside like porta potties or anything, and nobody would let him in the house, but he had to pee really badly, and there was no food, so all he did was drink some champagne, and then he had to pee really badly, so he stopped. Where? At the side of the road in front
Somebody's
of
house. It's somebody's
Isn't this
house.
in the
the Hamptons.
Hamptons?
In the
If
Hamptons.
it's in the
So, like,
Hamptons.
if you live in the Hamptons, you have a pool. You have that little pool
Pool house.
room going. Yeah, pool house, whatever. So like
Right.
you're right. It makes no sense.
And listen, we've all seen John's video of what it looks like when you go to Howard's house. I don't think he had the Hamptons house at this point. Maybe he did. Maybe he was renting out there. Not really
He was
sure.
renting. He wasn't at Squabble yet.
But pretty positive that he was no more than a half hour from home.
Oh,
Anyway,
absolutely.
and you've seen those hedgerows out there. So yeah, I guess you could stop and pee on somebody's bushes, but you wouldn't even know that was a house behind those bushes. Like there's nothing about the story that makes any kind of sense whatsoever. So
You know, with that kind of crowd, there's definitely a bathroom where people are using little razor blades to.
Absolutely.
do
There's
little
a little
things.
bump. There's some bump
There's zero
action going
chance that
there.
is not happening.
Yeah.
Of course, there are
you kidding me?
plentiful bathrooms.
Oh my
Exactly.
god! It's like they have little sugar bowls with that stuff.
Yeah,
in those parties.
exactly.
Yes, the little booger sugar balls. Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's right. So yeah, so all of that was just kind of a little bit bizarre. Hold on, I'm pulling out something else for.
So, hey, Brizzo, which one didn't want to see have them see their cock? Beavis or Howard?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then he starts going on to this weird conversation about his penis and how, he comes so quickly, and he just so appreciates that any woman would let them put his penis in them. And
So romantic.
And all he basically has to do is just get the head in, and he will promise you the world. And then he says this. This is part of the conversation.
That when I'm just getting the head inside of you, I promise you expensive gifts. My wife even says it. She goes, boy, if I ever want anything, all I have to do is just put a little bit of your penis in there. And next thing I know, you're promising me the world.
Sure.
Spoken like a true homosexual.
And spoken like
Isn't that technically prostitution?
Yes, it is actually.
Technically, but if you're
They're
married
using the bar,
not so
but
much.
it's still the same idea, right?
If you're married to it, I don't think you can
Wait a
count.
minute. So this dude, the lies can't line up. So this dude who has that thing wrapped in saran wrap, which already kills the vibe of it.
Sure.
He's in it like a 16-year-old.
Sure.
No. One pump chump. I don't think so.
Sure you are.
There's no intercourse going on at all.
So then the next clip, the only reason I have it is because you called me out, you tagged me in it. I wasn't really sure why, but we weren't sure what it was. But what the hell is he exactly talking about was the question.
Exactly.
So let's play it. And it makes no sense. It won't make sense to anybody in the audience either. So let's just play it and let's go with it.
Yesterday, I got a crazy note. Guys are coming down to... I don't even want to talk about it. I shouldn't talk about it. I'll be quiet. Some things you shouldn't talk about, Robin. So shame on you.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I thought you told us everything. I didn't know we had secrets.
But Kevin Costner, he's the greatest. I love.
Yeah. So it was just like a weird. The guys are coming down.
It sounds like they're going back to Miami for something.
Oh, could be.
Probably before the summer thing. Because that's what it sounds like. That's exactly what it sounds
March. I mean, without going to cleaning out the computer, to the calendar, how many shows do you think he has left before he goes on vacation for the summer?
9.
Not a whole lot.
18.
I can pull up the calendar if we want to.
Probably like 21 shows, maybe. Maybe.
Less than that. You know, it's funny. Anthony here in the chat brought up a really good point. And I remember when he talked on air that Beth goofs on him because he always sits down when he pees.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the situation when he went on that lawn, allegedly?
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
It stood, he squatted.
It stood.
She wrote her name on that lawn.
Exactly. And dotted the I.
He took a dainty pee-pee.
You guys are so crazy. Here's the calendar. I just pulled it up on my Illustrator so that you can see it. Hang on.
It sat on the lawn gnome. Nice.
So this is where we are now, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. And
there's not a lot left. I don't know about June this year. I'm not so sure about June.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that June, July, August are going to be
3, 6, 9. I don't think he works all of April.
No, he doesn't. He'll take a week off.
Yeah.
At least.
Actually,
next week is Easter, isn't it?
Yeah, he'll be there though. But I think the 8th, 9th, and 10th he'll be off.
You think?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me give you.
Because remember, he's doing less this year. Remember, there's less.
Yes, there's always less. So less. There's last year's calendar. He took off starting July.
Yeah, but I think June will be happening this year.
And he was off for 2 weeks in May.
Yeah.
And another week in April. So going by this, if this is the same week as this one right now, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. And I don't know that that's true. I don't know that that's a...
Yeah, I think 21 would be the number.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a factual.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot. I think that because Marianne from Brooklyn kept on saying a number that honestly he needs to do like 70 shows this year and 70 shows this year, and he's done. Because remember, his contract is number of shows, not total, not per year. So he front loads them. He did that in the first contract. He did it in the second contract. He'll do it in this contract.
I suspect that he's going to be breaking into his studio again soon.
Well, not yet, though. Give him till April.
It'll happen. It will happen, and there'll be like two.
He loves doing those shows. Yeah, he loves doing those shows. He does. He thinks
so those count to the total too.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. All right, let's move on. So my next clip. So so let's be excited and thrilled for the fact that they finally, ladies and gentlemen, have done this.
I don't like any of it.
You don't like moving.
I'm going to be going. I guess it's okay to say I'm going to visit Italy when we have a vacation. I'm finally planning.
I'll believe
a trip.
it when I see it.
No, we got it booked. I'm telling you.
So yeah, I tend to think it's true because it is already March. I can't even imagine anybody could wait any later than this and actually be able to book something to go to Italy.
So the thing is, this really leans toward June, because you really don't want to be there in
Well,
July.
in August, right?
Yeah, you
Horrible.
don't want to be there in July and August. It's
Horrible.
miserable.
Hot, miserable,
Um,
humid, sticky, gross.
Yeah, so June and August, most of the country is on vacation, so no.
So it's
So
quiet.
I'm thinking he's taking June off, and he's going in June, and this kind of really leans toward it, 100%. What is Jimbo Kimball off? Is he off in June or too?
No, he's not off in June.
You sure?
He's around-ish.
Yeah,
No,
because he
yeah, no,
doesn't. He
yeah,
works a very light schedule.
Well, let's share this, okay? Because
Yeah.
here, let me give you this. Give me a second. I just Googled Jimmy Kimmel Italy. And if this is any indication,
An indication.
another magical day on the water, my dearest friends, Italy, vacation, Magic Johnson. And this was in August.
Oh, it's like Como.
So he's vacationing with Magic Johnson and his wife in August. So it was August
I thought he
10th.
had AIDS.
Is that
Obviously, he is.
relevant
Now when
to
you
the-
have money,
is
you
that
don't have
relevant
it.
to the
He's obviously
story?
very magic.
Is that
Yeah.
relevant to the story in any way, shape, or form, sir?
It was 30 something years. It's kind of traumatic. It was 30 something. Was it almost 40 years now?
Yeah, but yeah,
89. I believe it was 89 when he.
It's healthier than me.
Yeah.
and here, so congratulations, Jimmy. You finally made the list. Bravo, Magic. They finally invited you. So I guess they enough vacation. Get back to your show. So, what? No Howard?
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, okay. It says here this photo is definitely real. I'm wondering if maybe it's not a real.
You know, I'm really looking at that photoshopping there.
Might be photoshopped.
That's a little photoshop.
Photoshopped.
A little photoshopping.
Irvin and I wouldn't dream of leaving Sicily. Another visit to the hotel from the White Lotus.
Yeah, that looks very photoshopped. That's a photoshop.
Yeah, the picture looks photoshopped. Okay. See, so there's weird shenanigans
There's
going on.
shenanigans afoot.
Shenanigans are indeed afoot. Obviously, there's a running joke with Magic Johnson and being in Italy, of which we have no idea.
I don't understand the inside
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
We got another. Oh, here, Jimmy Kimmel and wife. Let's see this one. Oh, they honeymooned in Italy, so of course, naturally, they go back constantly because they're
Good
such
for them.
they're such basic bitches. It's shocking.
That is very basic, bitch.
It really is. It's shocking.
Oy vey. Could you look more American?
No, not if you tried. But
God
both of
damn.
them, stupid hats. Here, Jimmy Kimmel dotes on his daughter,
Oof.
wife in Italy. See, they constantly go to Italy. So this is July. This is July. Getaway in Italy with his wife Molly. They are looking beautiful there.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Did she poop herself?
I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Either that or maybe it was the tampon got loaded.
So they went to Ischia off of Naples. So
Yes.
they actually did like a real Italy. So you know what? Because they've been to Italy like 1,000 times. So, you know, after you go for a while, honestly, it gets a little boring. So
It's not boring. Only to you.
yes to me. Yes to
Only
me.
to you.
Yes, I know. I'm a dick. Yes, I know. But yeah, apparently Jimmy Kimmel collects a TV award in Italy, July 2015. See, so they're always there. This is what they do. So you know they're going to do a very special trip with Howard and his wife. They're going to take them to all
Yeah.
that they
Howard
know.
will never leave whatever room they land in.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what's going to happen? Jimmy Kimmel is going to absolutely have to babysit him, you know, because he's not going to really want to go anywhere. And so he's going to, oh my God, it's going to be horrible. Here, belting it out.
Howard will never leave the room. He'll have the same cultural experience as if you went to Olive Garden.
Because
Exactly.
he's so disgustingly intellectually uncurious that he
And
doesn't-
Beefus is no better though. I mean, that's the
No, she's
problem.
an idiot too. All she wants to do is go to the Gucci store. I mean,
Absolutely.
We got Gucci.
Can we get a Gucci, please? I really want to buy.
Guillermo's a douchebag too, man. That guy.
So yeah, so apparently Jimmy goes all the time. How Jimmy
Good for him.
Buying food.
So he's gonna put half the pasta in the garbage.
Straight in the garbage. Oh, he won't eat any pasta. He'll just have salads. You know the way it's gonna go.
Oh my God, they're gonna absolutely ridicule the shit out of him.
It's gonna be
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what type of Italian restaurant you're in Italy. If you do that type of shit, you will get ridiculed. I'm gonna love every second of that.
Oh my God! Just the visual of him.
Oh my God!
Refusing pasta, refusing like a good sfriadelle or like a cannoli or mozzarella cheese or pizza.
Jeez, what are you talking about, Robin?
How is he going to even eat in Italy? Think about it.
Pinocchio.
He's going to think about the fact that he gained 2 pounds.
Am I imagining? Didn't Robin have French fries when she went to Europe or something like that once?
She couldn't find vegetables in France, which is
okay. Thank you. That's the story. That's the story.
She couldn't find.
This is gonna make that look like I don't know, man.
Oh,
yes, they have
Italian
almonds
wedding.
in Italy. Yes,
it's just going to be shocking. Seriously, it's going to be a real. I can't imagine Jimmy and Molly will ever go anywhere with them again. Seriously,
I'm surprised they're doing this.
Well, we can always hope that they fly in a
candle.
Boeing.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. Be nice.
What?
Yeah,
I like Boeing.
I look forward to the stories. I really do. I look forward to the story.
You won't tell them though. We have to hear them from someone else.
There'll be a lot of pictures of Molly and Beth. I'll be very surprised if there's even another couple coming, maybe like Jason Bateman and his wife, or one of the usual crew that go to Italy. What they'll wind up doing is staying at like the best hotel and, probably rent out like 3 rooms on the top floor. And God,
of course.
Jeremy Harrelson. I know. Could you imagine Howard with jet lag? They will be eating dinner at 9 a.m.
Oh my God, absolutely. They're gonna be so miserable on this trip, Jimmy. Really, I laugh at you. I mock you.
I hope it is miserable. Good. I hope it's the most miserable freaking experience of your life. Good.
Oh my God, David, you're so right. What is she gonna do with all the cats out there? All the stray roaming cats.
Oh my God!
I
got a favorite cat. I got a favorite cat. It's a favorite. Oh, go get the cat. If you're in Italy,
Funny. This restaurant.
I'll give you a necklace. Can you save the cat?
The restaurants do serve a lot of rabbit out there. It's going to be very.
Oh, I love Caniglio.
Oh, you're right.
It's the greatest thing ever.
God.
I don't need bunny. I don't need bunny.
She'll want to rescue all of them. They don't need anything, so they're going to have to go to like a seaside port. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do because he doesn't eat pasta. He doesn't eat meat.
Allegedly.
He barely eats fish.
Allegedly.
No, listen. Do you see how skinny that friggin' man is? He doesn't eat shit.
What Nuccio and Mandula? That's what he's gonna eat.
He's
nuts and almonds, like hazelnuts and almonds.
Oh, I cannot wait. I just cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to what a shit show this is going to be, and how he will completely destroy any fun or wonderful activity that would happen in Italy. He's just going to fuck it all up, and I am here for it. I am so here for it. All right. So then he starts to go into a conversation about Aerosmith. I don't know why he needed to do a happy 61st birthday to Rick Rubin.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because he was able to kill time with This Is Your Wiki. He killed 15 minutes with This Is Your Wiki.
Oh my God. And it was like, what's the point? And it wasn't like he even turned 60. He was like turning 61. So it's just like some random happy birthday to Rick Rubin, which then went into an Aerosmith wiki.
Yes. And that there are no black people on MTV until Aerosmith and Run DMC came together.
I did do a little deep dive on this, Dennis.
This is insane.
I was surprised to find out that many people agree with him that Rick Rubin doing the Run DMC Aerosmith Walk This Way revived rap music because it made it more palatable to the white audience. That's it. Okay, let me play the clip. Let me play the clip and we'll come back.
Rick, had a huge accomplishment. Not only on his own record company, but he was the dude that revived Aerosmith, for Christ's sakes, with the Run DMC, if you remember that whole story. Rick's big idea was to put Run DMC in with Aerosmith. Hip-hop didn't have a big #1 song. It hadn't broken through to the MTV generation. Aerosmith was on the balls of their ass.
Yeah, so I did look into it just a snurch, just to see what people are saying about it. And a lot of people do agree. Walk This Way was sort of a revival for hip hop. As Ice-T said, Run DMC kept rap alive when rap was about to take a dive.
Yeah, but all right. So, but I take umbrage.
Umbrage.
Umbrage with there were no blacks on MTV. Boy,
yeah,
this is 1986. There were blacks on MTV way before
Michael Jackson?
1986.
Well, yes, Michael Jackson. Hello.
Who
Right.
owned
Like the
MTV?
biggest freaking pop star ever.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
he was stupidly thinking of rap music. That's all.
yeah, but he said blacks, and I'm like, no, you're wrong. And yeah, but
It's
this
funny
was like
because
late 86.
anybody who really liked rap music back then, which I will confess I was one of because I loved Run DMC, felt like Run DMC sold out
Oh, absolutely. I felt the same way.
when they did the Aerosmith thing.
Especially with Aerosmith, they're like, oh dear God, them?
Of all people. And by the way, let us all remember that Aerosmith has not been back on. And even though they were going to announce their world tour,
Oh yeah, because of a
because of the little child
little sexual assault thing.
Little assault
Little
actually.
assault there.
Little salt, little salty sauce. But yeah, hasn't been on since. So he went into a whole Rick Rubin thing. Here was his one quick Ralph mention, which was shocking today because he hasn't really mentioned Ralph
No.
since they were back from the January vacation, from the Christmas vacation, right? I mean, he
Yes,
mentioned
it's been that long. Yes.
and
It's
that
the storm in the fireplace. That's the last time we've heard of him.
right, and that was in January, I think.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
Here's about Ralph
I
mentioned.
guess maybe he thought he wants to be Ralph, basically, now that Ralph's
Talking
gone.
about
Ralph's gone.
Ralph's gone. Yeah. I had to break the news to you. Ralph's gone, Robin.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I waited a couple of
I
months to tell
noticed
you.
he hadn't been calling in, but I didn't know why.
I just thought the show sucked. I didn't know he wasn't calling in because he died. I can't. You know what? I cannot get over the fact that Ralph is dead.
It's not even
walk
funny.
around, and regularly, I would say 2 or 3 times a day, I turn to my wife or the wall, and I go, I can't believe Ralph. And sometimes I just look up in the sky and I go, because that's where people live after they die. I look up in the sky and I go, what did you do, Ralph?
That's it. That's his official 2024 Ralph mention of the year. And let's just make note of it because I'll be intrigued to find out when he actually mentions Ralph again. Unless he mentions him because he has nobody to pack for him when he goes to Italy. But okay, whatever. So then they get the crew together because now it's time for whatever the fuck it is that they do. And apparently the girls got together on the show and said that the guys on the show know nothing about women and they wanted to do a little quiz with them. So I, in turn, because I refuse to play their stupidity, but I, in turn, will ask the boys on our show, and you guys in the audience can, by all means, chip in if you want to, the questions that were asked to the guy. Now, this was a quiz show, so they had everybody in for this. Jason and John Hine.
It was a panel. It was the panel.
Right. And Robin was the MC, and Howard was part of the panel as well. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 questions. I mean, this is what they do now. Nobody can come in. Nobody gets to be part of a quiz. Nobody wins anything.
No.
They just do stupid stuff. So now the first question that they asked, and I had the clip of it, but I decided not to play it because the stupidity was so rampant and shocking, quite honestly, that I couldn't play it. The question was, ready, guys? Xavier, you listening?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you pee with a tampon in?
This is the most retarded question ever.
Okay. Well, shockingly,
I know most of them didn't know it. They're idiots.
Not only did they not know it, but Howard truly didn't know that.
No. High school. This is high school biology.
Yeah.
There's two holes there.
Yeah. And how could he possibly be a lover of pornography, especially lesbian porn?
And never noticed that?
You're so fucking close up to the cooch.
Oh, it's a gynecological exam. It's
How do you not know that there are 2 holes? How?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Xavier, next question is for you. You ready?
I guess.
Xavier, what is a
Yes.
pap smear?
A Pat Smear? Isn't that the guitarist for the Foo Fighters? I'm right.
It was the bad guy in the Naked Gun.
He was also the guitarist for the Germs.
That's a very, very, very funny
But I
answer.
also know the real answer. You know
Okay,
the real answer.
Xavier, do you know what a pap smear is?
Of course. Come on, really?
Come on. Yes.
It's when they take a sample of the lady parts and they put it on their microscope and say, "Hey, you know what? You're swell."
Dennis?
I'll take. Oh, okay. It's when they do.
I'll take it.
They do a sample
Nirvana
from the
too.
cervix,
Absolutely.
and then they take a sample from the cervix to see if the person has cervical cancer.
Okay, first off, it's the worst thing. All women hate doing a pap smear.
Well, yeah, because they go in there with the big
Pat Smear's a
thingamajigs
great
and they go.
guitarist, guys.
Not only do they go in with a thing that basically looks like this and then goes like this,
Scapula.
but they take something that looks like a brush you would use to put mascara on and they scrape the inside and you feel it.
On the cervix, right?
Horrible. And they scrape your cervix and then they send it in to test and make sure that you don't have cervical cancer. Okay,
Right.
ready for the next question. Dennis,
Wait, can we just talk about Pat Smear?
No.
What the bad guy in
everybody
Naked
saw
Gun?
that Nirvana Unplugged and wonder who that dude with the blonde hair was. And then
Here
they go,
is-
it's the dude from the Germs.
Here is one that perhaps Xavier can answer. You ready, Xavier?
No, but go ahead.
What is women's suffrage?
Isn't that like something to do with voting or some crap like that?
That's exactly right. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
You get it
isn't
right.
the one amendment that gave women the rights to?
Yeah, I know.
Oh wait, no! It's the subject of the subjugate city from David Bowie.
That's
Boom,
Dennis. Dennis,
I'm always right.
Yeah, what?
what are Bandeau
The subjugate
Racerback?
city.
What are Bandeau Racerback
From
and
subjugate
Longline
city.
all types of?
Bandeau, Razorback,
And Longline,
Long Line,
all types of.
bras.
Okay, see, so now it could be a couple of different things because since I come from the swimwear industry, bandeaus and racerbacks and longlines are swimwear
I knew it
tops.
was something to hold up the cans. That's all I
Yes,
know.
it is bras. You are correct.
It holds up cans.
Xavier, you get the next question. Name
Do I have to?
Yes, name the part of the reproductive system that connects the ovaries and the uterus.
The Volvo.
It starts with F and they're tubes.
The fallopian tubes, which
Yes, ding ding ding.
Well, that's when you have two.
They drive a
X chromosomes, when you have
Volvo
an
in
X and
there?
a Y. The fallopian tubes descend and become the testes.
Yes,
Yes.
that is correct. I'm not going to give you the next one because I wasn't.
Bro, I'm an idiot. Why you keep asking me shit?
The next question, which I'm not going to give Dennis, is name an item that collects period blood other than a tampon or a pad.
The Red River.
They use like the Red River. Like they use there's like a cup thing. They're like, this is like a medieval type of shit. They put a cup in there.
It's an Iron Maiden, dude.
The Iron Maiden. No.
I'm moving on, and this is
This is
Could you
nasty.
please. But look, this is fun. Keep going. Keep going.
okay. There's only 3 more questions. Okay, so here we go.
Yes.
Xavier,
Razor cup.
Goyish cup. All right, hot stone, reverse French, and dip powder are
I know
all
this.
types of what?
What? Say that again.
Hot stone, reverse French, and dip powder are all types
Douche?
of what?
Is it? douche?
I
Come
know
on.
what this is.
Okay, but you know what? I'm almost hesitant to give you all of these questions and answers because I'm pretty sure you listened to the show today.
Well,
Therefore,
I knew this those are all manicures because
hot stone is really not a manicure. That's kind of like a
yeah, but
massage.
the reverse French I know is a manicure.
Oh, like hot stone massage. Okay.
You got it. Manicures. Okay.
You know, I mean, I know reverse French is
You
a
want
manicure.
happy ending?
Boys, true or false? A woman can get pregnant on her period.
She can.
True, yeah. Early on, yep.
This is correct. Okay, and last question.
It all depends on when she ovulated.
Last question for the boys. What is a mammogram?
A mammogram? Isn't
That's
that
when
like
they come to
the
your
point
door
guard
and
for the
let 'em
Lakers in the
swing.
86?
What?
It was Worthy, Magic Johnson, and mammogram.
That's when they take them and they squish them
And they
flat.
squish the titty.
They squish the titties.
Oh,
and
we're
they
going
check
to
for
squish the
cancer.
titty. We're going to
Squish the
see
titty.
if there's any
A
lumpy
horrible,
lumpies.
painful- the torture that we get put through. You guys, you get something shoved up your ass once a year, and they
Ooga.
wonder for it.
Ooga.
We get all this shit done to us constantly, and it's horrible. It's horrible. All right, well, that was the
I thought that was like a Russian social.
mammogram. A mammogram is when a woman sends you an Instagram pic.
It's like, like in Russia they have, instead of Facebook, they have Telegram and they have mammogram.
It's just
Yes.
I have Instagram as well. Yes, this is why people say I cannot host. Of course, that's why. Thank you. All right, that was the last question. So you guys kind of sort of did well.
Whatever.
Dennis better, of course, than Xavier, but that was to be expected.
Yes, that is a real man.
So, of course, when the contest is over, Howard, again, the 69 IQ that is slowly declining into really just into idiot category, says this.
Way
So,
though.
Mo, so
Hang on.
And quite
can we ask
frankly,
you some questions?
here that
What?
pee doesn't come out.
Can we ask you some questions?
You know what? Why don't you save that for tomorrow, fuckface? Why don't you come up with some questions?
I already have questions.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Okay, what's a falcon punch? Well,
That is when you punch a girl in her vagina.
okay. What's a Superman?
No, I don't know. What's a Superman? You're gonna tell me? Jerk.
Superman. Okay, a Superman is when you finish on a chick's back and then you take the sheet and you plaster it on her back, so she's kind of has like a cape like Superman. What's a dirty river?
A dirty river, as opposed to a
dirty river. What's a dirty river?
I am not sure. I want to know. Go ahead.
Okay, that's when you finish in a chick's butt and then you punch her in the stomach so it comes back out like a dirty river.
All right, that's disgusting. I want no more of this.
What's a frothy walrus?
A what?
A frothy walrus.
A fluffy walrus?
Frothy.
Oh, this is so bad.
Frothy walrus?
A frothy walrus, yes.
What is a frothy? Oh, Xavier, for God's sake.
Frothy walrus is when you finish in a chick's mouth and then you punch her and it comes out her nose like a frothy walrus.
A fluffy walrus?
Fluffy walrus.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's horrible.
Thank you, Coliseum.
Keep going.
$1.99.
Keep going. Oh, Jesus. Isn't that an angry dragon?
Oh, come on. We can go for Dirty Sanchez. Come on.
Angry dragon.
Chili dog.
The misdirection. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay. All right.
David knew it. David knew it.
All All right, we're moving on. Can we move on? Is that okay? Thank you. Can I play this clip that Howard about Howard after the contest? Here we go.
And
Yeah.
quite frankly, I'm kind of glad to hear that pee doesn't come out of the hole. I like that. I didn't know that, but I do like that. You know, because I always thought like, wow, when my wife would pee, I'd be like, well, now I'm going to bang her because she just peed. But now I know that it's a different hole, and I'm happy about it. I like.
He's totally serious about this.
He's 70 years old, has 3 daughters, and a granddaughter.
Mike White, I need to know, what is a grumpy munchkin?
Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
I do want to know. I gotta look.
Want to know.
Is it adjacent to a Cleveland steamer?
Yeah.
Grumpy munchkin. Okay, grumpy munchkin.
Come on, what's the punchline, dude?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I told you don't want to know.
Oh, I didn't want to know this.
You don't want to know that.
A woman taking a shit became a grumpy munchkin when I dropped my dick in her mouth. Wow, grumpy munchkin when a woman is taking a shit while she is being eaten out, similar to a blumpkin, but the roles are reversed.
It is.
Come on in here,
The
baby.
classic
Give
never
mommy
go out
a
style.
grumpy munchkin. Wow. Oh, it's much like a Cleveland steamer
Yes. The
Or a-
Cleveland steamer.
or a hot Carl.
The Cleveland steamer is like one of the
Hot
classics.
Carl.
Instead of shitting on your partner's chest, you shit on their forehead.
Well,
Okay.
which is kind of like giving someone a Roman helmet.
Well,
Except
no,
for
that's
that's a
what you're,
different
that's
part.
what you're dragging your nuts on there.
Well, but the penis comes down here, so it actually looks like one of
Yes.
those.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and my dog actually has done that to me.
Ah.
Come on,
Wait,
baby.
audience, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Okay, so the end of the show, a Cincinnati bow tie.
Oh,
I don't
no,
even-
no. You don't
Oh,
know.
this is never gonna end.
This is never going to end. Can we come back to this though tomorrow? And you guys be ready with what the answers are so that we can guess what these things are. Okay. Shitting on a forehead is now called a Vince McMahon. Yes, this is probably true. All right. So the rest of the show was spent with guitar talk. And with what? What? Can we just
That show's been banned in China.
All right. So guitar
David.
talk is that was just very funny. I loved all of those so much. Okay, guitar talk. I don't even know what this is. It's guitar talk 1 and 2, but basically
Stop, I'm begging you.
all right, hang on. So guitar talk 1 and 2, and this is basically how the show ended is with him tuning his guitars. That's what it was. So
Yeah.
let's listen to a little bit of that. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, this guitar's all out of tune. Fred wanted me to restring it and retune it, but
Oh, really?
Now he says he wanted me to restring and retune it, but then of course Fred will come out and tell you something completely
Well,
But that,
different.
know
you
how
know
to
what?
do that?
I even said to some staff that you had that I
Staff.
think that's a pretty tall order for you to restring it. Restringing is one of my least
I'm
favorite
not
things to do with the
string it. I
guitar.
can't play it.
That's another story altogether. No, you can play. You just
I can't.
got to
I
have
can't
some
reach the
confidence and
guitar.
practice.
I can't even reach the guitar, let alone play it.
So he was trying to give him like simple chords that he could do because they keep talking about how they're going to go on stage with Billy Joel and do a song, but he doesn't know any of the chords to any of the songs, so he doesn't know what he would actually do. So then Fred suggested a song for him, and it was really simple. I think it was like A D C E D or something like that.
Yes.
And he couldn't not only could he not remember it, but he couldn't play it either. Yeah, Michael, I love that idea. I have to tell you, nothing makes me happier than guessing games. Seriously, nothing. I just love everything about that. I love taking quizzes. I love filling out forms. I am that girl. So yeah, I would definitely do a show.
Yes,
where-
you is.
Okay, so here's him trying to tune his guitar and play for us.
You'd have all that equipment working just in case.
What was the chord? D?
Starts with an A.
Oh, an A? This?
17 times he told him.
Oh, is that out of tune?
Yeah.
That's
That
really
must be Wild Thing.
That's very unpleasant.
Wild thing.
That was not My Dog Has Fleas.
Ugh.
Oh.
Jesus.
That thing.
He talks so much about learning guitar. He talks so much about wanting to play guitar. He talks so much about wanting to be in a band. He talks so much about other people's guitars and what chords they know and things like that. And you can't get your shit together enough to have the stupid 3 guitars you have behind you in tune? Are you kidding me? Seriously.
Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing.
It's
It really is actually embarrassing.
infuriating. It's infuriating. Okay? It just drives me insane. I just wanted to check real quickly and see if there were any clips from the Stern show for today.
I
Just
doubt
so that
it.
we could see what was going on the actual show. I doubt it too. Stern show. Let's just look real quickly.
Sure.
No, last thing they had was Gary has been in contact with Richard Simmons. Well, it's from yesterday, so we can just see. So he's also telling us that he can't reach his guitars, and this is where he is. So it's not like
Can't reach him. Nope, can't reach him.
he can't reach them because apparently he doesn't have wireless headphones, and his headphones don't reach. Because all he would really need to do is get another connector to make the cord longer.
But that would take effort.
So that he
That would
could
take effort.
actually, yeah, that would take effort.
It would take effort. It's too much.
That would it's just too much.
Too much.
It's just too much. Well, crows tomorrow. Yes. So yeah, that's what's going on the Stern show. All right, let's get to the
Ugh.
ah.
Please, no, move.
Yeah,
Ugh.
no, we don't need Wendy on
We
here.
don't need to see that, please, dear God.
Yeah.
I just
All right,
ate.
let's go to the end of the show. This is our last clip, and he's just gearing up for tomorrow.
Their new music is very, very good.
Very, very good.
Excellent.
No.
We haven't
little
seen
bit
them
of it.
since they started talking to each other, have we?
Yes.
Yeah,
did.
we did. We had them on.
Oh, we
had them on the
did?
show, and they
I can't
talked about
remember.
getting back together again, and they went back out on tour, and the tour went really well, and then they
It was last year.
Okay, so they have some mileage under their.
Yes, it was
Oh,
last
yeah.
year.
They've gotten
Yeah.
along for a while.
It was
And they
last
rock
year,
harder
Robin.
than John Hinckley.
Last year.
We'll see. All right, that'll be tomorrow, and coming soon, Hart will be performing as well. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Listen carefully.
The Howard
So yeah, there you go. That's the end of the show. That was
Quality stuff.
Yeah, some good shit going on there.
So now the commercial breaks are at exactly 7:55 and 8:55.
Oh, and they're long
Every
too.
day. Every day they're at 7:55 and 8:55.
And they're long.
Yes.
Like the 8:55 one today lasted until about 9:05. It's like
Yes.
a good
They're
10
either
minutes.
10 to 15 minutes.
I mean, and there's a mix in there. There's some like phony phone calls. There's
Yeah,
some
some cranky calls and stuff, but it's 10 to 15 minutes, and it's exactly that time. So rebel, no breaks, like on my own clock.
But like what you said today is that he has the balls to talk about anyone else when he is behind a double paywall.
Yes.
Double paywall.
Yes, he
Literally,
is.
who was he talking about with the paywall?
It was today though.
Oh, it was Max. Was it HBO or
About the Penguin.
the Penguin? And the balls on him when you're behind a double paywall.
Double paywall, guys.
To sit there and complain about HBO or Max, whatever the hell they call it, where they charge a flat fee, you get everything.
Yes.
That you're behind, you have to pay extra just to hear this lack of talent. And then he can complain about other people charging one fee. Just unreal, man. I mean, the stones on this guy, this lack of self-awareness is truly amazing.
That hair though, more importantly.
What?
Look at that hair though.
His
And
hair? My hair?
He's starting to get vagina neck too.
I can't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me
You
put
have
it
to
up. He's
Yeah,
getting
that's realistic.
That hair is like that is literally like you took it off, like you put it on a hat rack and then you take it and put it back on. I mean,
Oh,
that is
shit.
looking strange.
That is some rough shit going on right there.
Gravity's
But
not
look,
his
he got
friend.
rid of the stubble. I guess he had a facelift.
No, that's definitely not a facelift. He's not.
Then what does he have done? Why did the stubble go away?
He's allowed to shave. That
No,
happened.
no. The stubble was there to hide stuff.
What stuff?
What? Well, whatever the hell was going on in his face.
Just
Because remember, he used to get the chemical. Remember, he got chemical peels, and they were horrible.
Yeah.
It was about 5 years ago. He got chemical peels, and they were not. That's when he started growing that stubble. Oof. Jesus.
Look at that nose, bro.
How can you be vain and look like that?
So he's got his toothpicks here,
Oh.
rubber bands. What else goes on here? He's such a weirdo. He's such a weird man. He really is. He's just a weird.
Look at that thick black hair, though. He's so blessed.
He is so blessed.
Helmet of hair. That absolute helmet where you can't see the scalp.
No.
Can't.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's so disturbing.
Yeah, well, Robert Englund was a good guy, and he did a nice thing.
He did do a nice thing, but my God, that was
Yeah.
sad because Wolfie just taking full advantage of this.
Yes, of course. That's the
subhuman.
Jesus Christ.
Graziad.
Can you imagine the smell?
No.
And you know what? That took place in like October of last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when that happened. Was October.
Very timely.
And Blobbin looking just, oh my God. Ugh.
Yeah, well, she's just
Ugh.
off of 17 days of not eating. Because
He looks like if Harry Carey banged a golden doodle.
Yeah, you guys called me Harry Carey with those stupid glasses, which I have not worn since because every time I wear them, it makes me laugh. You think
Me out to the ball game.
Is it weird? Is she using like headphones like her iPhone?
Yes.
Okay. We've established that it's a wig, right? I mean,
Oh,
she did the
absolutely.
bald
That
picture.
thing's glued.
So
that
why
thing's
not
glued
just
on
get
her
a
head.
decent one?
Why?
I
don't.
Just
get a decent wig. I mean,
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
nobody's
this.
gonna care.
She's not going to get a decent wig?
I'm not talking about wigs anymore. We've gone through this
No. Listen,
zillion times.
okay, no. My whole point is
I like the
she
facility.
did that
wig she
whole
had.
look. I got cancer. I'm bald. Cool, good for her. So any pretense of that being her hair is gone. So why not just get a decent looking one? Why does that one look like it looks like pea yellow, bro? It's like, come on.
She likes the way she looks.
Okay,
obviously.
cool.
Oh,
I
she had the
guess.
facility one. I like the facility
Like
one.
the Fusilli hair,
Yeah, the
and
Fusilli hair. That was fun.
Fusilli hair was very cute. It was a very cute look.
But you're right. It's like she's using like iPod friggin' headphones. She's not
She's
even
using
using
iPod
like.
headphones. Yeah, it's
I mean,
kinda weird.
I'm using better headphones than she is.
We both are because we feel that way.
Classy.
Jesus.
Yeah, well,
Classy. Unlike Xavier,
yeah,
whatever.
well, I suck.
You do.
I
All right,
do.
so that is it for us tonight.
Yay.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to me, everybody. You know what? I'm not going to respond to the comments anymore. I've decided I'm not doing that anymore. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little bell. Dennis is going to be coming out with some new stuff. I noticed some.
Actually, I have a video coming out tomorrow morning.
Oh, good for you. Good for
I gotta
you.
go on out tomorrow morning.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's on Stellantis and the new stuff and how. Yeah, it's a
So
thing.
you'll remember
Like the
tomorrow
Cummins diesel.
to let us know again so we can put a little bit of it up. I can't even imagine we're going to care about the Black Crows tomorrow, or
No.
whatever they're called. So it should be a pretty easy show then, I think, right?
Yeah, 2 hours of the Black
Absolutely.
Crows, an hour of hour and a half of
Riffing.
blather. Yeah.
And we're good to go. So yeah, that's our Friday. All right, lovies. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. Dennis, thanks for popping in. Hope you enjoyed your birthday party you went to.
Oh, I did.
And Xavier, thanks for getting it together with your interwebs.
You're welcome.
And thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We really appreciate to have you here, and we love that you guys still listen to us after all this time. Okay, so take care, and we will see you anon. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Radio Gunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.